Who will be hopping on the live any moment. We are here to give advice of all kinds, whether it be romantic, professional, creative, whatever your heart desires. So get your questions ready, folks. And in the meantime, we'll just patiently wait for Shem to arrive. Oh, Shem's here. Is it happening? It's happening.
Yo.
Hello.
1 sec. Let me get some moody lights too.
Now you have like a very direct spotlight.
Yo.
Do you feel beautiful?
I feel pretty good. I have a fluff on me. There we go.
Looking adorable, Shem, as always.
I try, do what I can.
Well,
Same to you.
Oh, thank you. It's the ring light.
Something about it makes it look
It's my
nice.
COVID ring light. Okay, so Shem, do you know what we're here to do today?
I honestly know nothing aside from the fact that I'm supposed to be here.
Amazing. Okay. Well, would you believe I totally forgot we were doing this until mere hours ago today? I was like, oh my God, I have to host something.
Right?
So we're here to give advice to the people. It's a special edition of Ask Hua Li Live. People have submitted questions in advance. And those of us who are in the chat, go ahead and ask us whatever you need to know. Let me introduce this amazing guest, Shamar Gordon.
Who am I?
You are a illustrious producer of the underground hip-hop scene in Montreal, member of Dust Gang, DJ. What is it that you do in your life? You're a ultrasound?
CT tech.
CT tech. So much.
I do radiology. Yeah.
So much cooler than ultrasound.
I play saxophone.
Hey.
What else? I'm working on my drawing skills. Inktober's coming up.
Love it.
Basically, just trying to be a one-man production company. It's gonna be great.
We love to see it. And I just want to highlight for anyone watching, this may be the only time I ever get an Ask Hua Li guest that knows about science.
Facts.
So, if you want some real knowledge and not just theoretical musings,
I have seen some stuff, and it's all business with me. That's the best part.
Well, that's why we love a medical health professional, Well, should we jump in?
Allons-y. Shout out to Marshall Gordow.
Hey.
Total Light Gang.
This was a question that I can only assume was specifically for you.
Uh-oh.
And
that sounds terrifying.
And it is, are you really from Neptune?
Oh, are you the feds?
Anonymous questions.
So. No, that's my actual answer to that question. Are you the feds? That's it. That's my.
It's not like is it like inspired by the Neptunes?
No, not at all. I just really like the color blue and water. No, Pharrell's dope. I just like the color blue. I like the planet. Yeah, that's it.
I love it. How do you get a baby into hip hop, and what would your music suggestions be?
I would start with just beats.
Oh.
You know, if you want to get them into hip hop, play a lot of Mad Lib. Even though there are some comedy cuts in there that might be a little eerie. Aside from that, yeah, just focus on the beats. You know, you can get instrumentals of pretty much all the major important hip hop stuff. And then once you're ready to like conversationally contextualize a kid, then introduce the lyrics. You know, but that's I'm not a parent. I don't know.
Wow, what a serious take on that question. Do you imagine this to be like prenatal, or like it's a baby?
I'm assuming someone that can't walk or talk yet, right? Like,
yeah, but it's been born. This is not like in the womb music.
I mean, in the womb music, I feel like you could listen to whatever you want because the words get certain frequencies are going to get muffled. You know what I mean? In utero, I don't think it's possible.
But your take is that you should not be exposing a baby to lyricism.
Not intentionally, especially if it's like adult themes. Unless you're ready to have that conversation with whatever 3-year-old you're talking to.
Well, yeah, but if you're
the thing is, you're introducing hip hop to the kid, right? It's not like it's just playing in the background. That's how I'm understanding the question. Yeah, I understood a lot of stuff as a baby. I understood the difference between hot and cold as a baby. Just saying. Babies don't lie either. If it's not a bump, like if the track is mids, baby will tell you right quick.
Nice. Maybe that's like because like a lot of people will like take their mixes into their car. To, like,
yeah, you got to do a car mix. You got to do.
So maybe like the new thing is like you get a baby. The baby tells you if it's good or not. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. My sister's dog was barking in the background. I was like, oh. Yeah. I was wondering if there was trouble.
No trouble.
Just frame myself better. There we go.
Yeah, lean back.
I don't know if it were my kid, I would just play them my friend's stuff.
Right. Well, because that would be around anyway.
Exactly. So that question is tough for me because I'm in hip hop land. It's like you can't escape hip hop for me. But right. with the regular human, I guess, like or the common suburban. Yeah, just start with the beats. Lyrics later.
Okay. How personal are your lyrics? Speaking of beats and not lyricism.
I'd say they're all pretty personal. I say I'm pretty good at like being subtle with exposing myself. Like I'll put in something that's like really deep for me, but that means absolutely nothing to most people. Like in a lot of songs, I don't have a like off the top example of that, except for in songs that aren't out yet. So I can't really let you know about it.
Oh, stay tuned.
Actually, that's not true. We got a cool track coming out with Joel later this week, so you'll hear it. Kind of fool. Yeah, there's some lines in there.
Yeah. Now that I've had like a break from performing and I'm coming back, I feel like my lyrics are way too personal.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like the lockdown and everything, right? Like everybody's had time to think.
I'm just a different person now. I felt like at that show where we saw each other downtown, there were moments where I felt humiliated. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm telling people all of this humiliating stuff about my life in song.
Yeah, but that's how you processed it. I'm not this
person anymore. How do I stand up here and do this?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Since you're over it, now someone who might be going through it will potentially be able to get over it thanks to your tune. Because I feel the same way about all of my stuff from my first tape. I'm like, none of that is me. None of that. I'm not even neurotic anymore. Like I've been sans stress for 5 years. Like that's how I got rid of the stress. Like I don't even know what to do about that, you know? Like, but the lyrics are still fire, so I'm not gonna not use them.
Do you feel a type of ways when you perform them?
Some tracks I've completely like removed from my mental bank and I just don't. Like, like if I'm playing with the band, I won't call the tune. If I'm like we're freestyling or like going off on a different beat, that's never what's gonna come up. But I'll hear it sometimes and just cringe and be like, "Oh snap! I wrote that song. Why?
Why?
That's about it."
Yeah, there's some things I'd like to erase from the internet.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's part of it. There are things I'm making now that I hate now that I'm gonna love in a year. There are things that I love now that I'm gonna hate in a year. I don't like. I just can't judge it at that stage.
Right. Okay. Amazing. We are firing through these questions, and I just want to encourage anybody who's here. Hello, people.
Yeah, I saw Noah Days in the chat.
Yeah, Noah
I see
Days
Basics just joined. Mag's out here. You saw girl Luna in here with the high school tattoo. Was good. Mimi's in here.
So if y'all have questions, please feel free to ask us anything, as personal as possible. I'd say.
Yeah, we're trying to get Saucy in the chat, yo.
So speaking of Saucy, I did get this an anonymous question to the contact form, and I don't, to be honest with you, I don't remember if I did this on a previous episode or not. But I think it's worth another go around if I have. And it goes like this. Your best friend starts dating your ex-girlfriend. You don't want anything to do with your ex. Do you think this friendship is salvageable? If so, how? And what if the friend is doing nothing to salvage the friendship?
There are a couple layers to that still. But in my brain, if it's like a thing where they're just like hooking up, then I would look at my homie and be like, you could have picked someone else, my dude. If it's a thing where they're like actually into each other and they like want to like make a serious relationship out of thing, then like, yo, Godspeed, do your thing. We did our thing. It's done. What's done is done. No hate, nothing like that. That being said, there's definitely a transition period in which I'd be like, let me distance myself from that relationship as it stands. And I mean, I got music to finish. I ain't mad. Like all the best with your homegirl. I'm gonna be in my relationship with my laptop for the time being, and we'll catch each other when we catch each other. Keep it civil and whatnot. But I'm not gonna have ill spirits towards a homie for that. No, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I did this once where I dated the ex of my best friend, and I wouldn't do it again. In retrospect, I was a foolish 18-year-old. But that friend did stop talking to me for like a little while, and then he got over it.
Yeah.
Like eventually he was just like, okay, like this isn't going to work between you two anyway. I can see where this is going to fall apart. So like in a few months, you're still going to be my friend. So I don't like whatever. We just won't talk for a little while.
And that's it. That's like not the worst thing ever,
Yeah. And I suppose like maybe if we had fallen in love, he also would have gotten over it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, well, I'd rather see you happy than with me and miserable. Like, what? I mean, that's me. A lot of people are on a different wave with that.
A lot of people actually would rather see people miserable with them than happy with somebody else. It's very sad.
Hey, North America is wild with this stuff, man. I don't know. You humans are crazy.
So you saying you are from Neptune?
What? Are you the feds?
I got this very cryptic question. What's your favorite flavor?
Like in general? In life? That's tough. Because it depends on what, like.
Right, I know.
I could have my favorite. I could have my favorite jelly flavor, like my favorite ice cream flavor. Anyway, just like in general, I'd say like I'm a big fan of lavender. I'm a big fan of vanilla. I could dig a blueberry vibe. Those are like top 3 in my brain.
Okay, so you like a fruity floral flavor.
Fruity and floral are usually what goes down in my brain, yeah.
Interesting. It's such an odd question because it's like, like it makes me think of like, well, what would I want to eat for the rest of my life?
Ugh. No, I can't. I can't do those questions because like then I'd just feel too limited. I can't pick one meal. Like except for the mac and cheese. Okay, I know my homies know I love my mac and cheese, but even then, if I ate mac and cheese every day, I'd hate it after a
Right.
week.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know how I answer the question. I do love Negronis though, so there's something about like a bittersweet, sweet and bitter that I'm really into.
Yeah, it's just like
Because
bittersweet
bananas
in
are
general.
great, but banana flavored things suck. Banana flavored things taste like child antibiotics.
Absolutely.
Why'd they have to go and ruin banana like that?
That and green apple too. Like I'm the biggest fan of a Granny Smith, but when it comes down to like artificial flavor, why? Like none of that tastes like apple.
True.
It's honestly upsetting.
The pain it causes.
Yeah, it's just like it's upsetting. It's just like you're taking something I love and you're bastardizing it. It's not cool.
Banana freezies are fire and banana popsicles. I feel like banana popsicles I could deal with, but basics, man, I don't know. I don't know what banana liqueur. As a bittersweet girl, it's not where I'm at.
It's the artificiality of her that doesn't work out, you know. Like just give me the real thing. Like grapes are candy in and of itself. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need to fuck with that. You don't need to make that artificial. Just go out and get yourself a fucking grape, okay?
No, it's not even that. Like, I get why they do it. They do it for like because they market that stuff to kids, right? It's like grape equals purple. You recognize it. It's just so that it's not like, yo, this is purple sugar. Eat. Like, I get it.
I do like bananas in pajamas. That's not an artificial flavor, though. Those are legit bananas in pajamas.
Yo, they're actually some of the dopest people to ever exist. Actually, that intro, the fit,
bananas in pajamas,
to be sampled. Yeah, just saying. New Life on Mars 2. I don't know if Mag's still in the chat, but.
Okay. What else do we have here?
No, you're right. We are not getting saucy. Hold up. I should get a drink real quick while you ask the people the question. People need a drink real quick because Mizzy's getting mad at me here.
Oh my goodness. We're taking care of dogs. We're taking care of our own needs over here. All right. I see some questions in the chat here that I'm going to get to. And I do encourage all of you to continue asking questions in the chat. I mean, I'm a very curious person and I can come up with things on my own, but that's not the point here. The point is for me and Shem to give you advice. So do get your questions ready. This is a family show, no drinks. Oops. I've never done a family Ask Hua Li live before. So does that mean we can't? What am I not allowed to talk about? What's inappropriate for families? Does anyone know? Because if not, that's okay. Then I'll just I'll wing it. And I'll see what's family friendly.
And we're back.
All right. Hello. Shem.
Yes.
What was the last song you heard today?
It's really funny. I was on my way because my riding for voting is at my mom, near my mom's house. So I was on my way from the Plateau to Laval, and I didn't listen to any music. And I was like, why am I doing this today? So the last song I heard was Vanilla and Light on some random indie rock playlist on YouTube. I don't even know who it's by, but I could find it.
Sick.
Also, happy election day, everyone. What's up?
Yeah, woo! Go flex your civic duty. There's still time to vote.
Yeah, you got time.
Go out and do it. I'm gonna get into bed and watch the elections.
The numbers and slowly cry.
As soon as I get off this call, I will be watching the tally. Because that's what I do. I'm over 30 now. That's what my life. These are the things that excite me on a Monday night.
I mean, I've been doing that since like 16, and I couldn't even vote. So I think it's just personal interest at that point. I don't think it's an age thing. Don't ageist yourself.
You're a responsible citizen. Yeah, you're right, Shem, because lately I've really been feeling like the hip hop community of Montreal has been calling me an old fucking bitch, okay?
Oh.
Like, constantly. OG this,
Where?
OG that.
Oh,
veteran,
oh my God.
Veteran this, veteran that. Oh my God.
You made me drop my whole phone, man. That's fun, man.
I didn't expect that to elicit such a reaction from you.
I'm not used to having wires on my...
I'm still an emerging artist. Like, I wish y'all would stop with this, like, I've been around forever thing. People in Toronto don't know who I am. I'm still young and fresh-faced to them. And you're, like, revealing my age. Chill out, hip-hop community of Montreal.
That's facts, though. Like, if you're rocking with us, you're not you're up a cover still. Like, I say the same thing to people like Basics, you know what I mean? Like he's technically an OG, but he's also an up-and-comer, because if you look at, like, the OGs, like that are still kicking it right now in their 70s type of vibe.
I'm 50 years old.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the people that are actually active in their 50s, 60s, 70s, like, they pass the torch down, then y'all pass the torch down. It's more like Pokemon generations than it is anything else.
Okay. So,
and those are like a year apart, like.
Okay, great. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I was gonna say, like, am I what generation am I? Are you still insulting me?
Nah. You know, I'm always trying to do the opposite of that. I'm just terrible at it.
Relatable. That's like that vicious Sag Scorpio mixture that we both have.
I only do backhanded compliments, and I don't know how to do anything else.
How are you taking compliments?
Terrible, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're lying to me, and I don't know why you're doing any of this. You don't have to.
Right? Yeah, it's like, what? Can you just chill out? Like, you don't have to tell me that.
Yeah.
But then I also
put it in your journal.
A weird obligation, like when people are like, "Oh, you're so great," blah blah blah. I'm like, "What are you trying to? Who are you?"
Yeah, what do you want? That's always my first thought. I'm just like, what does this person want from me? Yeah. And how can I run faster than I've ever run away from a conversation before? Yeah, I'm so not used to, like, genuine kindness. Ooh. What do you mean I'm good at compliments, Mags? What are you saying?
Feel free to ask any questions if you're liking, folks. Just a reminder that this is a live audience.
I saw that Noah Days said something about mention Bleeding Gum Ramsey, but it's actually Bleeding Gums Gordon, and Ramsey is a different entity in and of themselves. Ramses themselves is the Neptunian. I am Shem G, the somewhat human. And there's, like, the French version of Shem G that y'all don't know about yet. And then there's, like, me plus 40, if not 60 years in age. That's Bleeding Gums Gordon. And all together they make the Council of Shem. There we go. Yeah. That's the mythos.
Love that. So multifaceted.
I try. I think, I don't know if it's a multifaceted thing or it's just like I get bored and then re-interested in things in a very fast cycle.
I think that leads us into a great next question, which is, what is your writing process like?
I wouldn't say, actually, I'd say it's pretty, like, solid at this point. I write my best stuff in the metro, that's for sure. Like, writing while moving is just, like, how my brain works. Like, I'll walk and write a lot of the time. Like, it just works for me. But nowadays, since I'm, like, doing this thing where, like, I'm finishing the backlog of, like, every song or beat or project that I've been working on over the last 5 years, it's really this thing where I just have, like, prompt words at the top. And then I'm filling in space at that point. So some people could call all of my bars filler bars,
but I'm always contextualizing and re-editing and like trying to make sure that it like makes sense to what I'm actually trying to say. But the prompt words are always like ideas that are related to the song as it was initially produced. So I'm never lost when I'm creating something. I've always got an anchor point.
Yeah, I was just doing I shot an episode for Lander about lyric writing, and I was thinking about like different writing exercises I like to show my students that I haven't done myself in like years. And but I had to demo them for the video. So I was like, okay, I gotta like actually do this exercise now. And I've been taking some time off writing this summer just to like chill and have fun. And
we still haven't done any skating. I'm like disappointed. I need to practice, and I don't have my mentor. You know?
Well, I'm very sorry. I've been having too much fun.
I'm kidding. Me too, yo. It's been a hot Shem summer. It's been great.
There's going to be a roller disco happening for Halloween, so we got to get some practice in. We got to get some choreographed moves in as a pair, so that we look hot.
Way too down. I'm way too down.
So as soon as my job at Pop Montreal is over, at the end of this week, I'll be out there skating every day.
All right, I'm holding you to that. Just so you know.
I'm in. Well, because I also haven't skated in like a month. I haven't had time.
I've just been staring at them every day.
I'm itching to get practice for this roller disco because I want to look cool.
And we already look cool on TikTok, and that was when I was fumbling. So imagine like if I was actually good.
I was just learning back then too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, writing. Okay.
Yeah, we were on writing. Sorry. The Lander video.
I did these writing exercises, and it made me feel really inspired. Like I was like, "Wow, it works! This shit I tell my students works. I feel like I could write a song now."
What was the technique you tried out that like stuck for you?
Well, I always suggest people do what you were saying, like pick some words in a theme. I often will suggest that they like write out a bunch of rhyming words with those words to like start kind of generating lines, and then kind of fill in that way. But another thing I really like to do is there's this like Spanish poetry form called the glosa, and it's
never heard of that.
It's a 4-stanza poem. And at the end of each stanza, you take a glossed line that's like 4 poems from another writer. So it's like you start by picking 4 lines from another poem or another song. And then it's like you're writing 9 lines that complete with the first one, and then 9 lines that complete with the second line, et cetera, et cetera. So you're kind of like expanding the concept of the original thing.
That's really interesting, actually. I would totally
So what I tell my students to do is like, fuck the form. Just take those 4 lines, use the first one as a prompt, and then like stream of consciousness write until you can't anymore, and then bring in that next line.
Yeah, I definitely do a lot of free writing where it's just like write a paragraph or like 7 on just like whatever's going on in your brain and just dump it out, you know?
Yeah. There's material in
totally helps. Yeah, like I go back to like I'll do something crazy, like I'll go back to my first ever notebook that my homie Alo Asimov gave me, like back when we were at Dawson. They like left. We were talking on a couch about writing, and like we're talking about comedy. Even I didn't even do any type of lyricism, recording, anything like that at the time. And they ran out of the room, went to Dollarama, and got me like a Clairefontaine notebook. And they were like, "Yo, you start right now." And I go back to that notebook because I'm like, "Yo, like my brain was in that space still. Like that level of like curiosity and like hunger is just like." It's so gone now, you know. Like, and now I'm just like jaded.
It's also so cool, like when you're younger, you're less critical of yourself.
Oh my god, yeah. I didn't give a damn. I was swearing in those bars. Like everything is different than now, you know. Like it's crazy.
Do you like yourself better now?
Oh my god, so much more. Oh my god, it's crazy. Like I'm aging like better than I could have imagined. All I have to do is actually take care of my body like a proper human being.
You'll get there. You're still young.
Oh yeah. My metabolism can still totally afford like junk food and like busy nights, you know. Yeah, I've got time. And yeah, exactly. Like Dave in the chat is saying, this is my Batman year one. Like I'm the age when Batman came back from training into Gotham and was like, I bet let's do some stuff. So this is proper place for me. I'm
Wait, so what
very
age is
happy.
that?
25.
25. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's my champagne year though, so I'm about to be 26 on the 26th.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, my champagne year, it was when I turned 4. It's no fun at all.
Well, you could just have another champagne year when you're 40, and then
when I'm 44.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Then, but like you gotta play the Jay-Z album. Like, is that gonna be cool? Like, are you okay with that?
Yo, I'm born on the same day as Jay-Z.
Then you definitely have to play that album.
December 4th. So.
Then you absolutely have to play that album.
Yeah.
By the way, I loved that album. Like, I don't know about anybody else on the planet. Still a big fan of Jay-Z and 444. The album was crazy. That's it.
I didn't hate that album.
Yep. Speaking of, what are your thoughts on the whole new album thing that everybody in hip-hop world is exploding about, like Kanye versus Drake and where's Kendrick and all that stuff? Like,
yo, where's Kendrick?
Kendrick just dropped a feature with Baby Keem, no?
That track was dope.
Yeah, he was on Busta's album. Yeah,
he's been doing some great features. Frankly, I mean, gosh, I liked the Kanye record more than I liked Certified Lover Boy, but I didn't like either of them that much that I'll really give them like too many more spins.
Yeah, that sounds like it sounds about right, yo. For me, I was like, cool, Kanye trying to be spiritual. I hear his spirituality in it. I don't hear overarching spirituality in it. And then like for CLB, I was like, yep, Drake album. See you in 2 weeks. When the one song off of that album is really important, then the rest of them get swept under the rug. Like let's just okay. Listen, people, I just need you to understand. I'm not being a hater. I'm not being one of those people. I'm just looking at the trends as they so happen to happen consistently within the music community. And this is a hip hop festival, so we gonna have beef. We gonna talk about it. And all I'm saying is, rappers like to beef to sell albums. It's a marketing tactic. All of it is fake. Everyone pays for everything, and none of it matters. Listen to the stuff you like.
Both of the labels are owned by the same parent company. Like, let's get
real. C'est ça, là. C'est un jeu. Everyone pays for everything.
Yeah, but that is, it's interesting. I used to beg Rolly to beef with me publicly. Like, I was like, please, like, let's just we'll like do a fake beef. It'll be so funny. It's like the rappers of Mile End, like the most gentle hipster rappers, like just
I've been trying to start a rap beef with Hard Body and Darkest, but they just don't want to beef with me.
Why? Oh, because they're afraid they're gonna lose.
No, that's what I keep telling them. I'm like, yo, y'all are better rappers than me. Y'all could just end my career and then I wouldn't have to do this anymore. Please.
Yeah, but I think they're afraid of your intellectual and psychic abilities. You know, like
that's true. The problem is
they're afraid of being seen with as much transparency.
That's the thing. I would probably say some reckless nonsense during those battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think that's why Rolly didn't want to beef with me as well.
That's fair. Also, Basics in the chat saying Kanye best album ever is Graduation. I disagree. I think it's Yeezus because that's the only Kanye album that should be played in a white room with speakers while you're standing up and nothing else. That shit is crazy. Sorry for swearing. Nuts.
Yeezus I liked. I think my favorite is My Beautiful Dark and Twisted.
That's fair. That's a fair point too. That thing's in a different museum room.
Yeah.
Like that one can be amongst other art pieces, whereas Yeezus, it's like you got to be in like a sense deprivation chamber to properly listen to that thing. I don't know. There's something about that album that like shifted my brain chemistry in a way that I've never understood. I'm like, oh, I understand like grief and transformation and like. Anyway, it was it was one of the first albums that I've ever seen the music like visually.
Right.
Like in my brain, I was like, oh yeah, they're black skinhead. Oh, like it's everywhere.
It's so disappointing because I feel like every rapper I know has like one of those moments with Kanye where it's like, well, it's not just and producers too. I'd say like everyone has that moment of like Kanye like opened my mind up to like there's like these other possibilities with music, and like it's a different moment in his career for everybody. But I just feel like for anyone that's been through that with him as an artist, like what's happening now is like so deeply, like almost insultingly disappointing.
But then again, we always get entitled as consumers. Like Kanye doesn't owe me anything. If anything, I owe Kanye. Like I probably downloaded his songs more illegally than I bought any of his music. Like let's be real here. Like if anything,
controversy where he like showed a screenshot and then it
people saw he had
pirated plugins.
I was like, honestly,
I've never seen Kanye be more relatable.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe on that computer, maybe he just didn't reinstall them. Like, who knows how many computers he has? He's a gold NPC for crying out loud. Like, anyway, don't get me hype about Kanye, yo. Y'all people can get me hype about Kanye. That's some nonsense.
If you had like an unlimited budget for like ridiculously exorbitant, silly gear, like a gold NPC, what would you get?
I'm getting a actual spacesuit, but it's gonna be like a Batman spacesuit. That's the first thing on my mind. Like anytime you've ever seen Batman go to space in the comics, whatever suit he's wearing, that's what I want.
And that would just be like for fashion?
Yeah, just to like wear around the house, and hopefully it would work underwater. That would be cool.
I'm sure it would. It's for going to space, so
right? Yeah, just something.
You like nature?
I like nature a lot. Like, okay, here's the thing with me and nature. Don't put me there alone without gear, because I'll just crack.
Sure.
Everything else I love. Love.
Would you camp?
I've been camping. I used to go camping every year, but COVID exists, so.
You used to go camping every year.
Okay. Yeah. And not like necessarily cabin camping. Like I mean like tents.
Like in a tent. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not a fan of tents. Like I don't want to
cabins are definitely better. I love indoor plumbing. Please.
Right. Like who doesn't love indoor plumbing? So yeah, I don't know. It's like I appreciate nature, but I don't know if I like nature like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to sleep in it. It sounds like you like nature more than I do.
Yeah, probably. maybe it's just like my imagination, like my imaginative spirit that likes nature more. I feel like if you actually put me there, I'm just going to be complaining about bugs. But then again, I got my creams and stuff against bugs. Maybe I do just like nature. You know what?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on the West Coast, so it's like I feel like if I liked nature, I would like have taken advantage of that more. But I'm such a sweet girl at heart. Like all I wanted to do was like get to the big city.
Oh, yeah, same here. That's why I moved to. My first dream was to move to New York. Believe it or not.
Me too. Absolutely.
Now I'm like, Montreal's better. Sorry to all my New Yorkians.
They know.
That's how I feel. They know. They come here for a reason.
Right? They never leave. Okay, let's see if I have any more pre-prepared questions here. Oh, this was a big one. What is the meaning of life?
Get back home.
But what is home?
Neptune.
So you are from Neptune.
Are you the feds?
This has been a great callback. I really like how this callback is working for us.
This is really working. This is going way better than I expected. This is just a nice chat with Hua Li. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, right? Well, that's what Ask Hua Li Live is. It's not supposed to be stressful.
Hey, like I said, I used to be neurotic, so that like signal in the back of my brain still lights up a lot.
Are you going to say Montreal's better than Brooklyn? Well,
Whoa! I didn't say Brooklyn. I just said New York in general. So might include Brooklyn, but Brooklyn could be okay. Brooklyn could be better than some boroughs in Montreal, but some boroughs in Montreal could be better than Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, there's grain of salt here, folks. One street is not equivalent to the next street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I feel exactly the same way about these two cities. Like, I love New York a lot, but I'm gone are the days where I think about moving there. Like, I don't even know. I used to think about like, oh, I could do like working vacations there and like stay there for a couple months, and I've done that. But now it's more like I just went to LA in August for the first time since I was a teen, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I'm gonna do my working vacations on Venice Beach. Like, fuck New York. Like, why would I do that to myself? I could go to the Comedy Store and see Bobby Lee whenever I want, and then drive over the beach.
Fire.
Roller skate every day.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah. I mean, you're making good points here. At the end of the day, like, Montreal is just cheap New York. Not to lie, like, cheap French New York. Like, like, there's a reason why I think that everyone here has like everyone that's famous has a discount Quebecer counterpart. I've been saying this for more than half my life. Everyone that's famous has a discount Quebecer counterpart. It's just true. How it is.
It's true.
I'm just young discount Quebecer Idris Elba. Or at least I'm claiming that.
Am I discount Quebec Aquafina?
No, you're your own thing. That's different.
Okay. It's because
like
I also...
You came here and you are famous, so it's different. Like, it's different shit.
Oh, so who is the discount Quebec me?
See, that's yet to be discovered.
Oh, wow. Okay, but that's what comes with being a so-called OG and veteran.
That's what I'm saying. There will come a discount Quebecer Hua Li in like the next 5 years. In the next 5 to 10 years, they're coming for your neck.
I'm telling you. Is she a little Asian?
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Oh my god, yeah, who's discount Quebecer bags? Discount Quebecer strange fruits.
I think that they're still probably in grade school.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're telling their teacher off right now. Maybe not right this minute, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a few hours ago when it was class. Dollar store drink. Well, I didn't drink
I'm saying.
The dollar store or something. What was that? Oh, it was Shoppers Drug Mart. That's what that
was. En fait, c'est Drake Dollarama. Merci. Drake Dollarama. Ouais. Yeah, we don't have and you got Shamar from Target.
Dollar store in Quebec. Okay, what does that even mean? Dollar store? Dollar store? What is that?
It's round it to the dollar store.
Excuse me?
Like, you round it to the highest dollar store. Isn't that what it actually means?
It seems like it. Yeah.
No? I don't know. I don't run their thing. I just make beats.
Is that what Dollarama means?
I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't run their thing. I just make beats.
I don't run their thing either. But like me, many of the things in Dollarama were made in China.
Ooh, spicy. That's how you get them at the bars nowadays. Huh? I see you.
Shem, for a talented, beautiful woman, I'm not getting much at the bars these days.
It's a worldwide pandemic. I don't expect anyone to be getting that much right now. To be real.
I'm doing okay. I'm happy with what I have.
That's what's up.
Okay, great. This is getting more and more unhinged. I love it. Anyone else have some questions for us? My God, what else have I got here? I'm done all of the questions. Okay. Tell me, while the people think of the advice that they definitely want from us, and we'll put into the chat.
Because we're experts.
We are experts. Like if you were gonna, given what you know about me as a friend, aside from quitting smoking, what's like the best science/medical advice you would give me?
Keep going. Because if you stop, you'll die.
Because I'm a baby shark.
Pretty much.
Da, 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 da. Okay.
I love that. That's really good. No, but for real though, like
the witticisms, Shem.
But on some real though, like a lot of the patients that I get at the hospital, especially like the ones that are like old, because I've had patients that go from like obviously 18 all the way up to like 112. You know what I mean? Like, and they all like all the older ones in age say the same thing. They're just like, yo, keep active. Because nothing freaking matters what you do if you're moving and you're just like whatever problem you have and you just keep doing your thing. Most of the time, you're just gonna keep going.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
and like,
listen,
that's not doctor advice. That's people who are alive advice. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's better than doctor advice. Because you know what? Sometimes doctors fucking die.
And doctors also make mistakes in people a lot. So anyway, I just look at numbers. These 112-year-olds, they got the juice. They know what's good. I'm going to listen to them every once in a while.
Mags, I did actually grab all of the questions from the bit.ly that seemed new. But if you're aware of some question that I didn't cover, it's very likely that in my delirium lately, I missed it. Oh, Shem, here's another pseudoscience medicine question that maybe you can sink your teeth into. I
not a doctor,
like,
just so everyone knows.
just not a doctor, just a producer. I've noticed that since late spring, like that we've been reopening again and stuff. I've been completely fucking brain dead. Like my memory has been worse than ever. It's just like sometimes I'm like I forget like what words I want to use. It's weird. It's very unlike me. I feel confused, and I'm not. I'm not as good at my job. Like I keep like fucking shit up. What do you think that's about? Like, is this because some other people have told me that they feel similarly post COVID?
Well, there's the whole phase of the moon right now. That could be possibly part of it. But aside from that, on like on another pseudoscience tip, there's like the whole thing where like your brain kind of like remembers trauma, for example, right? If we think about the current like month and time and season or whatever, like a lot of us that like went to any form of schooling is getting ready for some sort of exam right now. But we don't know what that exam is or when it is or what we have to study for right now, which is kind of why a lot of us are freaking out.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's again, not a doctor. I don't know nothing about nothing. I make beats. So that's where my head's at.
That's a very fascinating answer. Yeah, I've always wondered if it has to do with like the trauma of COVID and like how disorienting it all is.
We're exhausted. Everyone, like, we don't know if we're about to go into freedom or another lockdown. Like, bro.
What do you think about that? As a
honestly, you could flip a coin and it would be the same as my opinion. Like, I don't know. Because I'd expect, like, with everything going on, like, okay, almost 90% of the population is double vaxxed. Let's dance. But we still can't. Strange. But hip-hop is punk rock. So.
We're still on.
And it just don't quit and it don't stop.
Who are some Montreal artists you'd like to see collaborate?
Yo, Shem G and Hua Li should definitely make a track together, though.
Yeah, why haven't we done that? That's crazy.
Because I'm terrible at being a human being. Like, I'm really, really bad at it.
I'm bad at it. So. Well, I was saying I was doing another IG Live for Hip Hop You Don't Stop last week, and someone asked about that. They were like, "Well, like, why don't you do more collaborations?" And I was like, "I fucking suck at collaborating. Like, if you send me a beat, I'm guaranteed to not write over it. Like." Unless we're like literally in the studio writing something together because we happened to be there and it was like the right moment and it just happened, I'm not gonna fucking do it. As much as I want to, like, it just falls so far down the priority list so fast.
Yeah, me too.
It's like no
my main
disrespect to
problem
people either. Like I'm always so honored when people send me beats.
And that's my main problem. I'm like, yo, like I'm not trying to work on anything new until I finish all the music I've been trying to finish since I was 16. So can't add you on that list. I can, but you're gonna wait like 5 years,
Right.
buddy.
That's why I gotta just show up at your house and we do it.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the best way. Like a lot of the Dust Gang tracks that we've gotten done are just me and Fred were just chopping it up, and then Darkest comes home from work and then freestyles on it, and then that shit, just happens. You could have a 10-minute freestyle. I'll chop it down to a 3-minute song, and then no one will have to talk about the fact that you spit on it for 10 minutes.
I mean, no disrespect to Darkest.
No. Like that's I mean,
because everyone knows
Darkest spits. Darkest can spit for like literally. We have a video out on IG where he spit for 45 minutes nonstop on beats. Like, come on now.
Is a dog about to enter the room?
It's trying to.
Where's my dog? Let me get my dog.
Yeah, yo. Other than that, I'm just trying to get all of these Montreal artists to stick together. Everybody gonna get a Dust Gang beat.
I think there was also another question about who we would like to see at the festival next year. Let's dream big. Like, let's say like international people can come again, and then Hip Hop You Don't Stop also happens to have like a huge budget.
I want Shad and Chaos to come. Shad, Chaos, and Scratch Bastard on one stage. That's it.
I don't think that would be like actually that unplausible.
No. Everyone keeps telling me like, "Yo, Shad, you keep wanting to meet Chaos. It would probably cost you like $500, dude. Like, just do it."
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would even cost you that much. I've met Chaos.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like
I met him randomly in a diner in Toronto. Like, he's accessible. He's normal. He's like us.
Yeah,
is that what makes me old? It's because I have stories like that where I'm like, I was just around. People are like, oh, you must be 80. You were just there? No, I'm just
I think that's what it is.
Loud as fuck everywhere I go.
I think when you show up everywhere.
My age, I'm not that old.
I think that's what happens when you show up everywhere. Like people just been like, oh yeah, you're furniture now.
Yeah, I just like to be places. You want to be Chaos? Try being places.
Yeah, I don't really want to go to Toronto though. Toronto.
Weren't we both supposed to be in Toronto and then
it got canceled?
Yeah, I think I was
supposed to go see a show there and it got canceled.
I didn't go see the show, but I went to see something. Edna keeps getting burrs in her hair. Is there anything you recommend for that as a doctor?
Aloe vera shampoo. Yo, where's my lab coat though?
Yo, okay, so I've developed a new paranoia around lung cancer.
Fair enough. It's a scary one.
Yeah, so I smoke cigarettes. I started smoking cigarettes when I was like 14 years old, and I smoked my whole life since then, except for from 2018 until the spring of this year, I quit. So that was my longest stretch of quitting. I have the ambition to quit again. So I'm wondering, like, there's this thing that I think like only smokers say, like they say this amongst themselves to like further we do this to further dilute ourselves, I think. Where like there's this myth that like when you stop smoking, like your lungs like recoup and they become.
Oh, that's true.
Really?
That's true. So, yeah.
But do they recoup like in the sense that like if I stop smoking, it will actually like help me not?
You can do permanent damage to your organs by any stretch of the imagination through excessive consumption of anything. But when it comes down to it, the human body has a ridiculous bounce back. So if you like spend 3 months, like 3 weeks to 3 months
That's like, it's always rule of threes. But like, if you spend 3 weeks without smoking a single cigarette, your chances, for example, just of emphysema reduced by like hundreds of percent. And then if you go 3 months, your chances of like lung collapse will descend. And then if you go 3 years without smoking cigarettes, then that's when you get into like the cancers and things like that.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's totally true. Like it's totally true. I've seen progress of this stuff, like with
Amazing.
Pictures and everything.
So,
Like, it's real.
So let's say, like, what if it was even longer? So let's say, like, instead of quitting next week, I waited another 10 years to quit.
Well, then your chances are just lower, but they're similar still.
There's still like that percentage.
Yeah, it's still the same thing. Like, you know, like. For you, your chances are lowered for certain diseases, but your chance still diminished for example, from the person that never smoked in their life, see? But even then, like, someone could never smoke a day in their life and get lung cancer at 12. Like, none of it makes any sense.
Why do people get lung cancer if they haven't smoked? That always confuses me.
Because people don't understand that cancer doesn't make any sense in general. Cancer is cell lottery. And everyone's losing. Like, cancer is just a cell that said, oh, I know I'm supposed to not reproduce, but I'm going to keep reproducing, and I'm not going to stop until there's no life in this entire being. Yeah. It's just an error in the code.
Is it true that the new COVID vaccines are there's some component in that research that could potentially make a cancer vaccine?
They've been doing that since before the COVID vaccine, though. Oh. Like, they've been working on the cancer vaccine since before the COVID vaccine.
Do you think they're going to cure cancer in our lifetime?
They better spend so much money on it. Not to put any pressure on doctors.
Us giving advice together, and then it just morphed into like me unfolding all of my medical anxiety onto you. Like,
that happens all the time. It's actually really funny. It's like, oh, Shem, you work at a hospital. Let me ask you everything that's happening with me. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor, right? And if something's serious, I will tell you to go see a doctor. And then they'll be like, yeah, but you can check it out, right?
They could, but they'll lose so much money, so they won't. Oh my God, what a terribly scary late capitalism thing.
Yeah, I honestly, like, not to get into conspiracy theories and all that, but like,
cancer, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, the fear of that shit is what sells.
I'm so
fear sells better than
cancer.
Sex. Fear sells way better than sex. People don't remember that.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm so glad that we're never going to get a cure for cancer because of late capitalism.
The rich will get it.
Okay, cool. So that's fine because I'm going to get rich.
I'm so sorry for getting so morbid with it, but yeah.
I know that I'm going to get rich, okay? Mark my words. 8 people in this IG Live. I will be rich, and I will save myself from my worst fear, cancer. And Cancerians.
Oh, really?
No. Oh. I mean, my beloved producer, Alexander Thibault, is a Cancer. And my best friend, Evan Dubinsky, is also a Cancer. So, and my mom is also a Cancer. But my ex was Cancer. And I guess he still is. He's still living. And he's not my favorite.
That's fair. Well, that's one person. You can't judge all signs based on that one.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So what's the next sign you're trying to date then?
I'm dating an Aries right now. It's going great.
Let's go.
Oh, it's so fiery. We can talk incessantly for hours. Like, we just never stop. It's like we will talk until the moment we both fall asleep, and then as soon as we open our eyes in the morning, it's like, new topic. Like, let's go. What do you want to talk about today?
That sounds right up your alley.
I'm down.
Sounds right up your alley.
Aries, because I often find them like a little too obnoxious, But I'm fucking obnoxious. And I think it's like when you have the right balance, it's just so fun because you never have to be like, am I being too much? Like, because the person you're with is like, nah,
everyone's
let's
too
go
much.
further.
That sounds too hectic for me. I needed something more chill in my life. That's not at all for me.
Not the same. We're not the same. And that's the beauty of the world, folks, is that if you're lonely and you're looking for love, you should understand that there's all types. And that, there's someone out there that is looking for someone.
And, for those of y'all who don't want nobody, because I see y'all out there are people out there that don't want nobody to bother their business. I fully understand that. I'm like that, like 98% of the time. So just don't be bothered. Just don't bother other people.
So what are your top signs? Do you have signs that you prefer?
I have signs that frequent my life more than others, but I don't have any specific preference.
Okay.
I feel like Scorpio, Aries, and Sag just like keep pulling up to my life.
Yeah, I mean these are all great people that you're dating.
Yeah.
An excellent bunch.
Yeah. Well, my life is full of action and adventure, which is why I like Adventure Time so much.
What are some other of your favorite shows?
Ooh, man, that's a good one. Live action, I'd say Breaking Bad. Right now, The Boys. Basically anything with Giancarlo Esposito in it. And on the cartoon vibe, lots of Cartoon Network stuff. So like Craig of the Creek, which is a really, really dope representation of Black people just in the suburbs. Just all kinds of yes in Craig of the Creek. We Bare Bears and the new Adventure Time specials that are now over, but Adventure Time is always.
I like that. I like that you made like a specific distinction, like live action.
You gotta. Yeah. I want to get into animation.
I think this is supposed to be an hour, right?
Yeah, I might. Either way, that's perfect because my phone is officially at 5%.
Okay, well, Shem, before we leave, do you have anything to plug? Any shows coming up, things like that?
We're playing tomorrow for Hip Hop You Don't Stop at the Mural. It's gonna be super fun. Wow. The live band. Woo! It's the live band that we always play with. So like Shane on drums, Chris Varillo, Fred Daston, Darkest Millen, and we're playing on Thursday at Blue Dog, and come to our weekly jam on Wednesdays at Turbo House, and blah, listen to my music on IG and Spotify, whatever. I don't know. Human.
I love it.
Somewhat.
I love it. And stay tuned for in 20 years the Shem and Hua Li track.
Yeah, when I come out as the actual new Idris Elba in 20 years.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
Well, and then we'll have to feature whoever the like discount Kev Me is. We'll get Idris on it too.
We'll get Idris and Sean Paul on the track, and then my life will be complete.
Whoa. Okay.
It'll be the next Bossy, bro.
We have 20 years to make this happen, so I think it's
that's a proper time frame for me.
Yeah.
To be real with you. I just have to meet Chaos first and win a Juno.
We'll do it. All of those things are within reach.
I'm like, it's actually way more realistic than I ever thought at this stage of my life, and that's what's scaring me.
Oh, I mean, the second half of your 20s is cool for that because it's like you start to love yourself a little bit more.
Right?
And then you start to have a little bit more resources. And then, let me tell you, you pass your Saturn return and you enter your 30s. And then suddenly the world just rolls out a red carpet for you. People may insult you by calling you an OG and a veteran.
That's because they're jealous.
But everything just starts to work. It's cool. I like it. I'm really enjoying aging. I can't wait till I'm in my 40s.
Same. That's why
more rich.
That's why Bleeding Gums Gordon is a thing. Like, these teeth are gone when I'm 60, yo. Nothing. Just blood. Blood and saxophone and a little bit of gin. That's it.
I love it. Oh, gin. How painful on your bleeding gums.
It's what soothes them.
You're right. So on that note, good night, everyone.
Hey, Bleeding Gums Gordon, peace and out.
Live. Check out Shem's music, Dust Gang. .com.
Link in bio.
On the IG. I'm Hua Li at Hua Li Grab. And have yourselves a wonderful night.
Go vote. You have an hour left.
Go vote.